सुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनम् वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंस चाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ दुं दुर्गायै नमः। ॐ श्री महालक्ष्म्यै नमः। ॐ ऐं सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मीः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ वागीश्वराय विद्महे कामराजाय धीमहि तन्नो देवी प्रचोदयात्। Hari Om Tat Sat. After paying our humble prostrations to Lord Krishna and all the three main Devis, Durga Devi, Lakshmi Devi and Saraswati Devi, although there are different names, as Yogini ji has also put on her integral yoga website, Shailacharani, Brahmacharani, each one for each day we honor a different name of the Devi and different attributes and qualities. Nevertheless, it's the same divine energy we call the Divine Mother. Only one mother, different roles, different forms, different names, that's all. So, Shakti, Bhakti, Mukti. Like Swamiji says, Shakti comes from Durga Devi. She rides on a lion, strong, and defeats all the enemies. Lakshmi Devi gives you bhakti, devotion, opulence, ability to focus when things are the next phase. No more obstacles. Now you are elevating yourself in spiritual life. Bhakti. And Mukti, Mukti is liberation. Saraswati Devi. Ras means nectar. Saras means extremely juicy nectar, wonderful nectar. Saraswati, Vati Devi, so and she is the giver of music and also the giver of voice, intellect, how we talk. That's why our voice should be always filled with love and compassion, kind, not warm and angry. That won't be good. Saraswati Mata is pleased when we talk sweetly, softly, and with love for everybody. So, with that, we will come back to reading some of it. But for now, let us continue our yajna, our Bhagavad Gita yajna, because that is going on uninterrupted. We are currently on chapter number 9, Raj Vidya, Raj Guhya Yoga. Raj Vidya means the royal knowledge. Raj Vidya, Raj Guhya Yoga, also very secretive knowledge, not for everybody. Meaning, only qualified aspirants will benefit. Otherwise, this is on YouTube, it's on everywhere, Facebook. How many people will listen? Only the qualified ones, जिनके हृदय में भक्ति की, ज्ञान की इच्छा है, वो इस तरफ आएंगे. अर्थात इसके लिए हमें गुण होने चाहिए, गुण. Otherwise we will find something else to do, we will be distracted. With great blessings from God do you get this opportunity to attend satsang. सत्संग ऐसे नहीं मिलता है. जब कई जन्मों के पुण्य एकत्रित होते हैं, when many merits from many lives accumulate, then God places you with the proper guru and the proper satsang that resonates with you, with your heart. You develop, but it's all part of the divine plan. और हम सब ने अपना अपना प्रयास किया है. We have all worked in different ways to get to this point. So that guru we prostrate to, that Devi Ma we prostrate to. So we are on shloka number 18 of Raj Vidya Rajguhya Yoga. Lord Krishna continues to guide Arjuna. He says, "Oh Arjuna, you are a capable aspirant. आपके पास शक्ति है, ज्ञान है. You can certainly benefit from these teachings. That is why God spent so much time with Arjuna." Who is Arjuna? You and me. We are Arjuna, because when we get deluded, when we get distracted, we fall down, we forget about spirituality. क्रोध आ जाता है, गुस्सा आता है ना, we get angry, all those things happen. So we have to be very careful and understand that this journey is not for 1 or 2 days. एक या 2 दिन का रास्ता नहीं है, सारी उम्र चलना चाहिए. Even till our last breath we should have this desire to purify ourselves. शुद्धिकरण करते रहें, सत्संग से जुड़े रहें. That is the essence. And so God continues. We are starting from shloka number 18 today, where God Krishna, Bhagavan Uvacha, he continues to guide Arjuna. Here he is, and he was giving all his glories, all the things he can do, because he has created the cosmos. क्योंकि भगवान ने ब्रह्मांड का रचना की है. ब्रह्मांड मतलब सब कुछ, मिल्की वेज, गैलेक्सीज, बड़े बड़े सूर्य, चंद्रमा, तारे, इन सब का निर्माण किसने किया है? Who has made these things? God has made them. So he continues. The shloka is गतिर भरता प्रभु साक्षी निवासः शरणं सृहत् प्रभवः प्रलयः स्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम्. Here Lord says, मैं लक्ष्य परम धाम स्वामी, साक्षी, रहने योग्य निवास स्थान, सबका आश्रय, परम मित्र, उत्पत्ति और प्रलय का हेतु, स्थिति का आधार, परम निधान और अविनाशी बीज हूँ. So here Lord continues with his additional attributes, which are basically endless. Then in chapter 10 he will also describe Vibhuti Yoga. From here his glories will be more manifested, because Arjuna will want to know. Chapter 11, God will show his cosmic form, because Arjuna wants proof, evidence. Bhagwan, we are humans, we don't have this capability, so show us what you really are. That he will discuss in chapter number 11. But here in this shloka, God is saying, I create everything, therefore I own everything. If I have created it, nothing else existed. It is all due to the glory of God. Therefore he owns it. Our breath is also his, our body is also his, the mountains are also his, the oceans, everything. So Sakshi, he says, I have made everything, but then I become a witness. Like I coolly sit down and I let you think that you are the ones doing it. See, what a glory. This is the cosmic illusion of God. Bhagwan ki Maya Shakti aisi hai. Although he just becomes a witness, and he is the witness inside you, inside your own heart also. Rehne yogya nivas sthan, he says, wherever you are living, wherever you are comfortable, where you sleep, your house, residence, that also I reside there. Sabka ashray, I provide support to everybody. Param Mitra, I am your close friend also. Close friend. meaning for us, like we say, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva. You are our father, mother, friend, brother, everything you are to God. So he says, I am your friend also, and I am the creator and also the source of destruction. I create, I also destroy. God generate, G operate, O destroy, D. तो जो सृष्टि लय और संहार जो है, स्थिति और संहार, तो क्रिएशन, सस्टेनेंस एंड डिसोल्यूशन, all of it belongs to God. Brahma, we call it Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So Brahmaji creates, Lord Vishnu sustains, and Shiva destroys. But beyond these also, there is this Parabrahma who creates the Brahma, he creates the Vishnu, he creates the Shiva. And then this Pralay, this Srishti continues on and on. So he says, Param Nidhan or Avinashi Bij hu. I am the Avinashi, meaning that cannot be destroyed. Destruction nahi hota hai. So that's why Lord Krishna had also said, fire cannot burn me, अग्नि मुझको जला नहीं सकती है, जल मुझको गीला नहीं कर सकता, water cannot wet me. And then he says, air cannot ड्राई मी, सुखा नहीं सकती, वायु सुखा नहीं सकती. इस तरीके से गॉड इज सेइंग, नेचर इज नॉट केपेबल टू कंट्रोल मी, आई कंट्रोल द नेचर. वेयर एज फॉर अस, वी आर अफेक्टेड. इफ आवर हैंड गेट्स इन फायर, इट विल बर्न. सो आत्मा, that we call the God particle, God principle, that Atma is never destroyed. Uska kabhi bhi ant nahi hota. In spite of us dying, the Atma, nothing happens to it. Just takes another shape, another form, another dimension, and it continues on and on. That is the wonderful creation that we have right within us. We have that consciousness, Atma. तो मैं लक्ष्य हूं, कर्म का प्रतिफल हूं, पालन पोषण करने वाला स्वामी हूं. So here God is saying, I do all these things for you even when you don't ask for it, because you have only done karma. We only do actions. Some will be good actions, some will be bad actions, and accordingly we will have to either get a good result or a bad result based on what we have done. So he says, I am the support for everything. Even though you have done the actions, now you are facing the music of the consequences of your actions. I still support you. I'm there to guide you, to give you everything you need for your evolution. आपके लिए जो जो अच्छा है, आपके लिए जो जो मंगल है, वो मैं करता हूँ, और वो आपके साथ आता रहेगा. तो दुखी का आश्रय मैं हूँ. इफ यू आर इन पेन, देन somebody will come. That doesn't mean कि God himself will come. You will attend a satsang, you will find a saint or a sage, or you will pick up a book that will touch on that subject and remove your grief or reduce your grief. आपके दुख को कम करने वाली कोई ना कोई पदार्थ या वस्तु आ ही जाएगी. शरणागत के दुख हरण मैं ही करता हूं. See how compassionate God is. He says, I remove the pain of anybody who surrenders to me. Sharanagat, meaning when you come to me, I will take care of you. Now why doesn't that automatically happen? Why do we have to say, okay God, I surrender to you, only then God will come? Does he have ego? Is he proud? No, this is not the case. God wants us to, just like you have to fall down, get up, fall down, get up, then you learn how to walk. Everything in life, you have to go. The river is flowing, you are thirsty. Will the river come and put the water in your mouth? Huh? You have to walk, isn't it, to the river because you are thirsty. And then you can drink as much as you want. But suppose you sit there, you say, I don't want to walk, then fine, stay hungry, stay thirsty. So this is what we as human beings make mistakes. When something good happens, we want the credit. I thought about it, I studied, I knew, I did it. And when something bad happens, then it's always God's fault. God does it. He gives me pain. Everybody else is enjoying, I am suffering. See? And we forget that when times are good, then we want all the credit, we want all the good things. So, this is what God says here. He says, when you say, I really, and you have to mean it too. You can't be faking the system. Don't try to be like you have never done anything. Suddenly you are thinking of God. He'll say, where were you all these years? I haven't seen you in a while. What happened? So that is what God is. We have to do. Be sincere. सच्चे हृदय से भगवान से प्रार्थना करें. When Draupadi, you know the Draupadi Mahabharata, many of you know, it's called Cheer Haran, where they were trying to disrobe her in front of the royal court with everybody in attendance. Her father-in-law, her uncles, husbands, 5 husbands, everybody was there. And nobody could help her because they had lost the game of dice, her husbands, and now they had all become the servants of Kauravas. That was the rule of the game. Gambling, you lose all the money in gambling, will you get it back? Can you say, I'm sorry, I messed up, next time I'll be careful? No, no, no. Gone, gone. So that is what happened. That's how Mahabharata was created. Then he gambles his wife away also. They say, you have won. Draupadi is also gone, and now she is being insulted, and they are all slaves. What to do? So she tries to save herself. अपना साड़ी पकड़ पकड़ के बेचारी रोती है. And she was menstrual at that time. She was not in the position to come. She told them, but they dragged her by the hair. Such misery. When we say, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me, put yourself in Draupadi's situation. How she must have felt, what she could have done. Nobody to help her. Then she eventually remembers Krishna, raises her hands and says, oh Krishna, if this is what you want me to go through, you want me disrobed and naked in front of everybody, then do it. She just raises her hands and she says, it's beyond me. And then Sharanagat, this is where she has surrendered. Till that time, she was depending on her husband, on her own strength, on her anger, on yelling at people. None of it helped. And that's what we all go through sometimes, isn't it? हम सब के जीवन में ऐसा ऐसा मौका आता है जब सब कुछ छूट जाता है. We don't have anything anymore. So all we have is tears in our eyes, and with folded hands we pray to God. So then immediately Krishna came, and as this person, Dushashan was his name, he was Duryodhana's younger brother, he kept on pulling and pulling and pulling, and God kept on increasing the size of her sari. Sari, most of you know what a sari is. It's like a garment, it's like an unstitched 6-yard garment that women wear. So it kept on, the more he pulled, the more he got. So God protected her. And eventually, the whole palace was full of yards and yards and yards of garment. But she was fully protected, could not be disrobed. Could not be. But that is what he says. When you have that level of Sharanagati, then I will take your pain away. The problem is that we only do half-hearted attempts. We are never fully sincere. तो मैं वो सच्चा मित्र हूं जो बदले में कुछ लेने के भाव का त्याग कर भला करता हूं. So God is a sincere friend, he says. He says, I don't want anything from you. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Give me a drop of water, a leaf, a fruit, anything, which means God is not accessible only to the rich, only to the affordable, only to the people who have lots of things. He belongs to everybody. The poorest of the poor person can pick up a leaf A little water, a flower from anywhere, offer it to God. He says, why offer? Because that is your bhavana, your feeling. When you give it with feeling, you are basically saying, God, I am trying to invoke you. That's it. He says, otherwise, and he will want your good. What is good for you, he will want. So sometimes, like a good surgeon, he will give you guidelines. Don't eat this, don't do this, watch your diet. Those are adversities, difficult times, because we want to go, we want to do this, what, but that's not good. So God will be your true friend. A true friend will watch out for your health, not to keep on giving you bad stuff, isn't it? तो ये भगवान की करुणा है, जो वो कष्ट भी आता है. रिमेंबर, गॉड्स प्लान इज परफेक्ट, परफेक्ट. उसमें कुछ भी हिलाने लायक नहीं है. His plan is full of love and precision. So when an obstacle comes, when adversity comes, when somebody treats us badly, when they get angry at us, some benefit is coming out of it. We don't know what it is, we don't know why it is, but for sure, if we introspect, go deeper, analyze, then we will find out why that was required on our path. Sometimes we get egotistical, sometimes we may get arrogant, sometimes we are just testing. God is just testing us to see, okay, you say you are a devotee of mine, you do this, you do that, okay, show me how you will handle this problem. Then we can't handle it, we get upset, we get frustrated, angry. So that's a learning experience for us to say, okay God, yeah, you're right, everything, जब सब कुछ अच्छा है, और जब सब कुछ अच्छा है उसमें क्या बड़ा बात है. When everything is going well, then you say I'm very spiritual. What is the bravery there? Everybody can do it when everything is nice. But when adversity comes, then also you don't lose your faith, you don't blame God for anything. He, because he is your true friend. इस ब्रह्मांड का उद्भव मैं हूं. I am the creator of this entire cosmos. We cannot even create a cow that can give you milk. Can we do that? Can you and I create a cow that can give us fresh milk and eat grass? Maybe an artificial intelligent cow, AI cow on the computer, yes, or a robot, but not the real one. That is the difference between artificial flowers and real flowers. Fragrance, the touch, the feel, nature, all that belongs to God. तो मुझ में ही संपूर्ण जगत लीन होता है. The whole cosmos comes into me. It comes into me, meaning it comes out of me and comes into me. समझ गए क्या मतलब? Think of an ocean. What happens in the ocean? So many things, but the one, an ocean is calm and yet the waves are full of agitation. तरंगों में कितनी गति रहती है और समुद्र में कितनी शांति रहती है. दोनों उसी समुद्र में, वहीं से ही निकल रहा है. Everything is coming out from there. So he says, I am the support. Just like the ocean, the waves are coming out, then going back in. Much in the same way, मैं ही वो कोश ग्रह हूं जिसे भविष्य में प्राणी उपभोग करेंगे. I am the creator and everything that is being consumed by people, and we are aging also, isn't it? We were once little kids, now we are no longer little kids. We are grown ups, then we will be old one day, and then one day we will transition over. What to be scared of? Why worry? It's all part of the divine plan. He says, and devotees have nothing to worry about. People who are God's fearing, who are God, I don't like to use the word God fearing, because it's really God loving. God, we don't have to be fearful of God. Why be? He's not a monster that he will hurt us or beat us or scare us. No fear needed. Hug him like you would hug your mother. He would like that very much. That's what God is. So, उससे घबराने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. Yes, He is a strict master also, but if you do your duty, why should you fear? You should fear if you are lazy, if you are arrogant, if you are rude, if you are non spiritual, then fear absolutely. You should fear then, because then only you will learn the lesson. Of course, isn't it? Like, if this is why sun rotates, the earth rotates, the oceans work, everything is working in precision. Why? Because if they don't do their part, then they will, the nature would be dissipated, dismangled, and that's not what God wants. He wants order. भगवान को नियम पसंद है. Everything happens according to his divine plan. मैं अविनाशी बीज हूं. आई एम दैट इंडिस्ट्रक्टिबल सीड, अर्थात जीवों के उद्भव का कारण हूं. अतः मेरे शरण चरण में आ जाओ. ही सेज देयरफॉर यू कम टू मी एंड यू कम टू माय protection. I will take care of you. I will guide you. I will give you protection. What more do you want? And he is not asking us for anything. Simple things he says, meaning do good, be good, love all, serve all. Shivananda ji Maharaj said in these 8 words, everything is there. Do good, become a good human being, be good, and be who you are. Don't fake it. Don't say something else, mean something else, do something else. When you make a commitment, make it happen. Do it. And when you think of something, do it with love. That's what God is saying. So he says, so you come to me and then I will take care of you. Such is his promise. And he has given us many such promises in many chapters, many shlokas. There's a lot of repeating also in the Bhagavad Gita, and many people get confused. Why is God repeating the same thing? Why is he saying it again and again? Because we have big fat brains, we don't understand it the first time. Therefore, Gada Parinyaya, he explains by one example, then by a different example, taking a different case, showing us different of his differences, the different qualities. Then eventually we learn. Why? Because they say repetition is the mother of skill. If you want to be skillful in something, you want to learn something, keep repeating it. You chant something 108 times, 109th time you will memorize it. That's why this mala has 108 beads. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Shri Ramaya Namah, Om Aim Saraswati Namah, Om Dum Durgaya. Repetition gives you the, first of all, the nectar, the devotion, and then you also go deeper and deeper into your spiritual life. Then God continues, shloka number 19. Tapapyamaham varsham nigrinam yutsrijami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha sadasachaham Arjuna. Now God is explaining more attributes. He says, सूर्य रूप में मैं उष्णता ताप देता हूँ. As sun, I make sure I create light and I give you heat. Because of sun, so many things happen. Life would not be possible without the sun on earth. वर्षा का आकर्षण और वर्षण मैं ही करता हूँ. I am the cause of the rainfall also. I pick up the ocean moisture, bring it into the clouds, then they strike on the mountains, and I'm the one who gives you rain also. मैं ही अमृत तत्व हूँ. I am the nectar also that resides everywhere. मैं ही मृत्यु हूँ, and I am also death. So when death comes, don't worry. Especially if you are devoted, especially if you are spiritual, then it should be a joyful event. What has this world got to give you other than pain? Deya dhare ka dand hai, har kahu ko hoye. This world is full of pain only, and everybody has to struggle, isn't it? You go back and analyze your life. Try to see how many incidents were painful and how many of them were pleasurable or joyful. In the end, we are all terminal anyway. if you are fully healthy, nothing has happened, even then you are not here permanently. Sooner or later we will depart. So therefore this is called Mrityu Lok. Mrityu means the world of transience, death. हे अर्जुन, सत और असत भी मैं ही हूं. आई एम द ट्रूथ एंड आई एम ऑल्सो द अनट्रूथ, गॉड सेज. सो सूर्य के ताप का प्रसार मैं करता हूं, इंद्र सूर्य से वर्षा ऋतु, वर्षा मैं करता हूं, वर्षा के शेष काल का निर्वाण. सो वी हैव डिस्कस्ड ऑल दिस. सो असत मीन्स untrue, sat means true. So why did God say I am also asat, I am true and untrue? So truth means the actions that we are doing, the essence of the Atma is truth. Everything else is truly untruth. Your body, mind, senses, intellect, ego, the dream, the world process, it's all unreal. But it's so ye asat hai, but it is so, and it looks so real, as if you are watching a magic show. You don't ever see yourself really growing. You think you are the same, but a friend who meets you after 10 years, he says, oh my God, you've changed so much, you look like this, you look like that, because he's seeing you after that long a time. You see yourself every day, but yet where is your baby body? What happened to it? How did you grow? This is what happens. We take things for granted. तो भगवान बताते हैं कि सत वही है, सत चित आनंदा. Sat means existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. He says, I am that. Everything else that appears real is actually unreal. Your body, no matter how much we say it's real, is unreal because it is transient. It is here today, tomorrow it will be gone, like your dream process. So there are three different states: physical, astral and causal. तो स्थूल रूप, सूक्ष्म रूप और कारण शरीर, ये तीन शरीर हमारे अंदर रहते हैं एंड डिफरेंट लेवल्स में. तो यही हमको समझना है. दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, व्हाट लॉर्ड कृष्णा इज ट्राइंग टू गाइड अस with I am this, I am that. What he is trying to say is that the essence in everything is coming from me. The sooner we realize it, the sooner, the better we will be. We will evolve faster. Hamara kalyan hoga. And ultimately, we are very limited. We don't know how many breaths we have. We don't know, and yet we pretend to be the most smart, egotistical and brilliant people. We think we can do everything. Then something like a little bit of this happens, corona happens, the war happens, everything gets shook up, isn't it? Everything. So therefore we have to be very humble, and we pray to God to give us strength, wisdom and shanti, peace. So with that, we conclude our Bhagavad Gita shloka for today, because we can then read a little bit of Navratri Puja that you will all be doing individually in your homes, but collectively we have already chanted some shlokas. हमने कुछ मंत्र उच्चारण किया है for Durga Mata, Lakshmi Mata, Saraswati Mata, 3, but ultimately they become 9 when you start dissecting each day. But it doesn't matter. The first 3 days are for Mother Durga, because she's removing your obstacles. The next 3 days are for your bhakti, devotion, goddess Lakshmi, and then the final 3 days for your enlightenment, mukti, and the 10th day, victory over the soul. So it's metaphorical. 9 days. 9 is also a constant number. We always remind you, 9 is, Mala has 108 beads, so 1 plus 0 plus 8, 9 again. So any number that you multiply of 9 and you add the sum, it will always be 9. Always, no matter how big you go. So 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 1 plus 8 is 9, 9 times 3 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. Mahabharata was for 18. There are 18 chapters. 1 plus 8, 9. There are 8. The Mahabharata War lasted for 18 days. All these our sages and saints did it for a reason, because 9 is a constant number, it does not change. But we change, our body changes, everything around us changes, but that constant factor does not change. So for that reason, this prayer is for 9 days, 9 nights. Navratri. Nav means 9. Ratri, nights. So after that, you attain victory. So in India, Navratri Puja or Mother worship is celebrated in the bright half of the lunar month of Ashwin. In India, these are called ritus. So 2 months at a time are 6 ritus, because there are 12 total months. So 2 months at a time. So this is called the Ashwin month, which is September October time frame, depending on which day. The Hindu calendar is based on lunar calendar, not the solar calendar like we use here. So therefore the dates change according to the right grihas and nakshatras, the solar signs. The mother aspect of God is worshipped as Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, as we said, for each 3 nights respectively. And within these three, you can further go into Shailputri, Brahmacharini, others, and so on, and read their attributes. It's basically glorifying the same mothers. This time is auspicious because the rains have ceased in India and the sky is placid and clear, with the stars shining gently. In India, um, Bharat, we have Chaturmas, 4 months of rains. So June, July, August, May, June, July, August, September it starts clearing up. So Chaturmas in the sannyasi tradition, people who are spiritual saints, they are normally traveling. They were in the old days. Some even do it now. They would travel from one place to another doing satsangs and guiding people about spiritual life. And when it would rain, then they would take up a shelter somewhere, and they don't travel for 4 months. They would stay in a hut or wherever, in a village. Then every day they would do satsang in there, in that place, without moving. And the reason is because of the rains. It gets not only difficult to travel, but also due to rain, a lot of creation occurs. Earthworms come, frogs come, other things happen. And then by mistake, the a lot of creatures can die if these sages and saints are just traveling in the rain, not having good visibility of what is happening. So they were very mindful of everything. Every little detail was well thought out. And even today they follow this tradition of Chaturmasa. Then of course over time people stopped going to forests, and it was no longer practical. We also cut all the forests, deforested everything. What to do? Even animals don't have place to live anymore. So then ashrams came. Ashrams, Shivananda ashram, Ramanna Maharishi ashram, other ashrams, good ashrams, and there are some who are deluded ashrams also, who do many different things. But there are very many good authentic ashrams where you will get very good spiritual energy, just like we were discussing yesterday or 2 days ago in our satsang. So it's the breeze is good, everything is auspicious at that time. It's all full of auspiciousness. Therefore, it is suitable that the puja be performed by innumerable devotees all over India in recognition of the Divine Mother, so that they may draw her grace on their spiritual path towards liberation, mukti. So, why we pray to the mother? Because she is the one who is also Maya Shakti. Maya means illusion. This illusion is what ties you to this world process, which binds you, keeps you strongly thinking you will live here forever, thinking this world is real. But Maya Shakti, the Divine Mother, when we pray to her, she takes care of our practical needs, but most importantly, she guides our path to mukti or liberation. The puja of the mother, puja is prayer. The prayer of the mother puts an end to the torrents of the afflictions and renders the firmament of the heart free from the dark clouds of karmas. So that's what the mother does. She takes care of our troubles, removes them, and cleanses our souls. Navratri Puja, or 9 nights puja, depicts the long course of spiritual evolution in the life of a sadhaka. Sadhaka is a spiritual aspirant. Aspirant, somebody who aspires to get liberated in this very life, is a sadhak, and reveals the way in which the Divine Mother leads the soul to the ultimate victory over the Asuric and Rakshasi qualities, demoniac qualities, which present countless obstacles on the spiritual path. Why? Because over the years, over many lives, we have so much rajas and tamas that sattva is lacking. Purity is lacking. We have more of having fun, drinking, intoxication, friends, parties, enjoying ourselves, forgetting about God. And we also do a little bit of God also, if we do, not as much as you enjoy your other things. So why? Because of the rajas and the tamas, inertia, and worldly activity, because that feels good, sense objects. So God basically here is saying that the she's cleansing one day at a time, slowly. Navratri Puja culminates on the 10th day, which is Vijayadashmi. The 10th day celebrates the victory of the Devi over the demons. So the story itself goes of all the obstacles that the Devi encounters. Devi is, in this case, an aspirant, like what we go through, and then how she overcomes them. We can also overcome these demons. So, Vijayadashmi also commences Rama's victory over Ravana. On this day, Lord Rama killed the demon king Ravana, and he came back glorious, victorious. Sri Rama, the great incarnation of Vishnu, attained victory and paved the way for Ramarajya. Ramarajya means the glorious kingdom of Lord Rama, which also means liberation, mukti, meaning everything, all the troubles are over. No more forest for 14 years, no more fighting with Ravana. All that has been accomplished. वो सब हो गया, अब भगवान से जुड़ो, राम राज्य, मुक्ति हो गया. In a sadhak's life, in an aspirant's life, the forces of darkness manifest as anger and hatred, isn't it? We all have these problems. Anger comes up, hatred comes up, and we should not be overly critical. These are normal, natural things for us to overcome. ये साधक के जीवन में, सबके जीवन में आएगा. These problems are not new. We all have to go through them because over countless lives we have built these, and they are in our subconscious, unconscious. So on the other hand, the forces of light manifest as compassion and magnanimity, humility and charity, purity and sincerity, universal love and peace. So that is what the positive side is. Negative side, we just discussed. Positive side, you start doing good, gracious things for the world, kindness, magnanimity, helping others, doing charity work. All this is the forces of light, and the others are forces of darkness. So we should increase. That is why we should do it. These are deep reasons why spirituality asks us to stay away from rajas and tamas and get into sattva. So life is an arena for the battling forces of darkness and light. So this is where we have to fight this battle, like the mother fights the battle with all these demons. It's called Durga Shaptasati. Durga Shapsati. The essence of the puja is to enhance the forces of lights, to control the senses and the mind, and to overcome the desires emanating from the lower self, and to realize the higher self that shines in the cave of the heart. So that is what is important for us to understand, that unless these obstacles are removed, we kill these demons of lust, anger, greed, and build the virtues of love, compassion, satsang, staying in bliss. This is a progressive movement. It won't happen in one day. That is why metaphorically we are celebrating these 9 nights: Durga Devi, Lakshmi Devi, Saraswati Devi. So with this, we conclude our satsang for today, and we will see you again on Friday, which of course will be Yog Vashisht Day, but maybe we can also narrate some story or something about the Devi, because it will be Navratri time. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May you all be abundantly blessed. Let us do our Bhagavad Gita Aarti together, and then we will conclude our satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Let's do Aarti, and then we have a Navratri Puja today. That is why Swami Lalita Priyananda ji is not with us here. She is very busy with all the decorations and some work for the puja we are doing. So, and that will be, so hopefully she will be here next Sunday. By then I think Navratri should be done. Anyway, let's move on together with this beautiful Aarti. Next Sunday it will not be done because it's 10 days total festivities and it started today. So next Sunday we will continue the same tradition, little bit of Durga Shaptashati or mother worship, and then Bhagavad Gita also. Jaya Bhagavad Gita, Ma Jaya Bhagavad Gita, Hariya Kamal Viharini, Hariya Kamal Viharini, Sundar Supunite. Om Jai Bhagavad Gita, कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी, कामा सखी हरा, मैया कामा सखी हरा, तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी, तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी, विद्या ब्रह्म परा. ओम जय भगवद गीते, निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी, निर्मल मलहारी, मैया निर्मल मलहारी, चरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी, चरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी, सब विधि सुखकारी. ओम जय भगवद गीते, राग द्वेष विदारिणी, कारिणी मोद सदा, मैया कारिणी मोद सदा, भव भयहारिणी तारिणी, भव भयहारिणी तारिणी, परमानंद प्रदा. ओम जय भगवद गीते, आसुर भाव विनाशिनी, नाशिनी तम रजनी, मैया नाशिनी तम रजनी, दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी, दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी, हरि रसिका सजनी. ओम जय भगवत गीते, समता त्याग सिखावनी, हरि मुख की बाणी, मैया हरि मुख की बाणी, सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी, सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी, श्रुतियों की रानी। ओम जय भगवद गीते, दया सुधा बरसावनी। मातु कृपा की जय, हो मैया मातु कृपा की जय। हरि पद प्रेम दान कर, हरि पद प्रेम दान कर, अपनों कर लीजय। ओम जय भगवद गीते, त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वात् प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यज्ञत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। ॐ सहना भवतु, सहनौ भुनक्तु, सह वीर्यं करवावहै, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो, जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो, जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Hari Om Tat Sat. With this we conclude today's auspicious event of Navratri celebrations. May you continue to chant the Devi mantra, any mantra. Think of the Devi and think of continue your spiritual sadhana. And this is a highly auspicious time. Your japa multiplies many times over, so continue to do your japa, malas, and whatever you are doing, continue it. Shakti Bhakti Mukti. May the Devi bless each of us to get enlightened in this very life. May you all be inspired and be in bliss. Shakti Bhakti Mukti. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. Stay happy, stay blissful, handle your practical daily realities as you must, but internally know that all this is Maya, all this is illusion. Then we are praying to the goddess in the most profound way, to the Devi, and through the Devi we get to God. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi. So we will see you again on Friday when we will be meeting for Yog Vashisht. Hari Om, that's it.